What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for Rated to Love Season 10, Episode 3. You guys, this episode was titled All Together Now. So, before we go ahead and get into the review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and get into this episode of Ready to Love, shall we? All right, you guys. So this episode, we are at a comedy club. So Tommy comes out and he decides, he's going to, well, not decides, but, Tommy is going to introduce these singles to the 11 sexy singles that we met in last week's episode. His words, not mine. The sexy singles part, right? Y'all know Tommy loved to say the singles are sexy. I'm like, okay. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is, right? So they come in. I know one of the guys, I can't remember who it was, but one of them in his interview, they realized Will wasn't there, and he's like, "Oh, and there's Sahara back," because he was wondering if she made it through the last, the second round, right? Which she did, which I'm so shocked that she did. But hey, Sahara is here. Am I feeling Sahara? Not really. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I hope she goes next week, though. I truly hope Sahara goes next week in there. Like, because Sahara is just a resounding no for me, you guys. I feel like she puts on, I don't know what it is when it comes to Sahara, but something about Sahara just don't go well for me, right? So we see as some of the ladies are calling out Wayne. So Wayne is the one with this right here in front of his hair, right? So Wayne, some of the women are calling out Wayne because they exchanged numbers with Wayne at the mixer, and Wayne hasn't since texted them. And I was like, okay, I don't see a big. I mean, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that, right? How do you guys feel about that? Would it bother me so much? Yes and no. More so, no. I don't think it would bother me 100%. I don't think it would bother me. And here's the thing. Here's why, you guys. Here's why I say it wouldn't bother me. Because I'm someone that, okay, if I like you and I feel like you like me, then what I can do is we can test the waters, right? I'll text you and see, text you, call you. If you don't respond to my text or my phone calls, then I'm gonna leave it at that, right? But the women are saying that they gave him their number and he ain't text them, but I'm like, but a phone works both ways. If you want to reach out to him, you can text him, because I know one of the ladies, we'll talk about it in a few minutes, she texted one of the guys that she thought she had a connection with, and he gave her thumbs up. We'll talk about that. So that's my whole thing, is like, if y'all like Wayne and y'all felt like y'all had a connection with him, then why not text him and test the waters? Like, hey, Wayne, what's up with you? Like, let's go for a drink. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's figure out some time to connect with each other. Do something. But, okay. But whatever. So moving on, you guys. So this week, Tommy lets the guys know that the ladies will have the decision to send one of the men home. And I was like, okay, cool. I don't have a problem with that, right? So Coley, again, I want her to do something with this ponytail, because this ponytail is just bothering me. And it's still kind of frizzy like, but okay. It's bothering. But Coley is I realized it last week. Coley is somebody who rests and relies on her looks, right? Because Coley feels that since the ladies are in charge this week, she can just take a back seat and not have to worry about anything. I'm like, that's not true. Because even if you say, oh, let me take a seat, let me just rest this week, then you still have to come back next week and the men are going to have control. So if you really are here to find love, you still need to be intentional with what you do. No, 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 no. But okay, whatever, Coley girl. So we see as Coley had a conversation with Eddie, right? And so she and Eddie are talking. Honestly, with both she and Eddie, it just gives me surface because they are both two attractive people, and it gives me two people who are attractive found their way toward each other and are having a conversation with each other, right? That's really all that they gave me. If you guys got if you guys got anything else from that, please let me know what you got from it. Cause I ain't get really much from them, and that's just me being honest with you guys. So after that, we see as Deanna and Cisco are talking, right? So she asked him like, what does he like to do in basically like his spare time, right? He says it's gonna sound cliche, but he works and goes to the gym, right? And he's talking about he does cardio. I was going to ask the question of how long. I'm gonna ask you a question. How much of cardio do you do? Because you're very big. You're really big, right? And that's not a dig or anything like that, right? Because when I look at Cisco, I feel like I look at him and I typically, I would think he's one of those guys who is on the weights the whole entire time that he's in the gym. Because there are some that you see that that's all they do. They go in the gym, they go straight to the weights. I'm like, damn. So that's all you care about is the arms and mostly the arms. Like, because that's all you care about are the arms. Like, you want to be able to do that. But, I mean, that's cool to be able to flex your muscles, but you don't want to, you know, never mind. But, some of them be, and that's bodybuilders. Those are people, nothing against them, but baby, those are people that it just ain't for me. Pausing here, you guys. All right, you guys. So, the next person I want to talk about is Rocky. 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 Mama, did you not? Again, I like the mo. I like people who do different things with their hair, right? And it ain't nothing to do, right? But you, Miss Rocky, Miss Rocky. My thing with you is your hair is not brushed, it's not combed, it ain't shit done to your hair. So I'm just confused when it comes to Rocky's hair, right? So Rocky is having a conversation with Eddie, right? All I heard was was he a fuck boy? Now I've heard there's some things with Eddie. I don't know what it is. If you guys know, feel free to leave it in the comment section what you guys know about Eddie, and we can kind of go from there. But as far as Eddie, I mean, he can. I can kind of see the fuck boy with him. I can kind of see the fuck boy with Eddie. No lie, no lie. That's why I said a few minutes ago when it comes to he and Coley, like I can see it. I can absolutely see it when it comes to him. I feel like he's someone that relies on his looks, right? So then we have Daddy Daycare, aka Naeem. He's talking to Tay, right? So when he's talking to Tay, he told Tay, he got 3 kids, 5 kids, 3 baby mamas, and a partridge in the pear tree. She's like, on that note, you have a good day. But she was joking because she thought he was joking. I was like, no, he ain't joking, beloved. That man got all them kids. But she said in her interview, she's trying to be open minded. Here's my thing. Here's the thing. I'm all for being open minded, right? Ain't nothing wrong with you being open minded, but sir, your priorities are all the way skewed and screwed up, right? Because they asked him, was he married to any other women? He said no. So you were out here on your Nick Cannon shit, just raw dogging 3 different women and creating broken homes. Okay, Daddy Daycare. Again, your priorities are so fucked up, and you are 42 years old. You are 42 years old. So that means I don't see no maturity. Actually, there is no maturity with him because we're going to talk about the lack of maturity with him a little later in the episode, right? So Shanice is having a conversation with Kim, right? So Kim is talking to Shanice. She's asking him if he wants to get married. And Kim is telling Shanice that he doesn't want to get married. So Shanice feels that is a red flag. And I was like, oh, here's the thing when it comes to red flags, right? I think we've taken some terms and we overuse them because the man not wanting to have kids, that's not a red flag. If anything, that is, you know, if you want marriage, then that would be a caution for you. Like, if you want marriage, you may not want to proceed with him. Or it's a caution sign, but a red flag, it's not. But it would be a caution. It would be for you to say, proceed with caution. Don't enter into this area because he wants something that you don't want, right? Or it could be one of your non-negotiables. But for it to be a red flag, yeah, no, I don't agree with that. But hey, that's what she says. I don't see it as a red flag. Sahara. So Sahara is interested in Hussein. Again, y'all heard me say it a few minutes ago. When it comes to Sahara, she's a no for me, and I wouldn't listen to her. She just too much for me. So now we will pause at this point and we'll move on, you guys. All right, you guys. Next up, we have Rose. So Rose is talking to Wayne, and she asks Wayne about marriage. Wayne says that he is real baby steps with him, and I was like, wait a minute, aren't you the same person that was talking about the fact that your brother is married and your brother has a child and you want a kid? Which here's the thing, I'm not sitting here saying, is my elbow ashy? It's a little ashy, but it's also a little pale. That's a little ashy and a little pale. Neither here nor there. But you're the one that's talking about you want kids. And here's the thing. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, in order for you to have kids, you gotta be married, right? That ain't what I'm saying. But I think it's just very interesting to me that so you gonna be like Daddy Daycare over there creating broken homes? Okay. I mean, again, marriage ain't for everybody. But I do just think it's a little odd that, he wants kids. And it's whatever he wants. Here's the thing. It's whatever he wants. I honestly don't care if he's happy with it and the woman that he gets with is happy with it, then let them have it, right? Let them have it. So then we see Cam and Deanna, they talking. There was absolutely, when I say not a damn thing there between them two, they did talk about them both being firefighters. She said that she doesn't date on the job. And she also says that I guess she has a height requirement and he don't fit that height requirement. I was like, okay, I guess. I guess. I guess. I guess. He felt that it was rude how she came at him. I was like, was it rude? Or was she just telling you, like, I don't date on a job and I don't date men that are short? Which 5'10" is not short, but she don't look like she look like she is about maybe a good 5'10", maybe five. I don't know how tall she is, but she's a tall girl. She's a tall girl, so I didn't think it was rude. But if he took it that way, then he took it that way. Whatever. Moving on. So we get the first date of the season, you guys, and it is True, Daddy Daycare, Kiera, Coolio, Mike Epps, Hussein, and Shanice. Now, you guys, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, right? Yes, that man still looks like Coolio to me, but I actually looked at him and I did see the Mike Epps. I did see it. And I'm gonna tell you guys, if you guys go back and watch the episode and look at him, I'll tell you guys where to look at to see the Mike Epps in him, because it is there. Go look right around up, like start at his nose and go down to his mouth. That's where you really see the Mike Epps, because the way his mouth and everything is, his nose and mouth are shaped. I was like, oh, I do see the Mike Epps, and I do see it. I do see the Mike Epps, but you still are like Coolio. So we're gonna call him Coolio Mike Epps, because he does. I mean, it's still Coolio vibes over there, but it's still, I do see the Mike Epps with him. So Coolio Mike Epps is his name for me. Coolio Mike Epps. So Daddy Daycare. So Daddy Daycare did not text. So we find out that Daddy Daycare got True's number, right? Daddy Daycare didn't text True. Now, when you listen to the reason why this man did not text that woman, it is juvenile, it is childish, and it is stupid as fuck. So, y'all, when I say I can't even get this out, this is stupid to me. This is the dumbest reason that I've ever heard for not texting somebody. So this man says that when they exchange numbers, he noticed she has an iPhone, right? Now, if you guys are not familiar with iPhones, when you text iPhone to iPhone, when you text iPhone to iPhone, let me see somebody that I in my contacts list. My bestie, because she has an iPhone. Actually, my cousin. So, like you guys see, this is me and my cousin texting each other, right? The her message to me is that my message back to her is in blue, right? So that's iPhone to iPhone. Now, somebody that I text who has an Android, right? Let's find somebody that I text that has an Android. Who do I have anybody in my contacts that has an Android? Yeah, I have a friend. So this is my friend that we talk, and my message, his is in green, because he doesn't have an iPhone. So that's why that man didn't text that lady, because he texted her, and the bubble came back in green. Well, his message went out in green. I was like, I know you fucking lying to me. Is that why you didn't text that woman? Because, oh my God, because it was in green. So he's like, you didn't give me your real phone number. Oh fucking well, dude. At least she gave you something. Shit, I got two phones. And there are people who have this number that I barely. There are people that have this number that I use this phone, but not as much as I use my main phone, which I'm recording on, right? Most people, if I'm just getting to know you, we just becoming friends with each other. Minus Scotty. Scotty has my main phone number, right? But anybody else that I'm getting, if it's just, you're trying to talk to me like that, then you're gonna get this phone number. You're gonna get this number. Hell, I just remembered this phone number. I just remembered this phone number 2 weeks ago. So he feels a way about that, right? So then we see True and Hussein as they talk, and she said she has a thing for chocolate men. I was like, okay, cool. Coolio, Mike Epps, he and Kiara, they talked. They both connected on the fact that they're only children. And she asked him what is his love language. He said his is physical touch. Oh my God. Y'all know me, and I done told y'all numerous times. Physical touch, do not do it to me. I hate it. Oh, I can't stand physical touch. Ooh, never. Now we have another date with Coolio, Eddie, Wayne, and it took me a minute to remember this woman's name, Angie. So once again, Angie and Coley are talking about the fact that they both have Wayne's phone number, but Wayne didn't text them, right? And like I said earlier in the review, if you guys have his number and he got your number and you feel a connection there, why not just hit him with a text message, be like, hey Wayne, how you doing? It's easy as that. If he doesn't respond to you, that's your answer right there. If he doesn't respond to you, or if it's a lack of a response, if it's like a one-word response, if you text him asking how is his day going, he just texts you back saying fine, that lets you know, hey, he might not be interested in me, right? But y'all are complaining about that. Y'all could have easily texted him. I get it. They don't probably want to be perceived as trying to chase a man. I get that aspect, but you don't have to chase him. Like I said earlier, test the waters, so to speak, right? Text him. If he responds to you, cool. If he don't respond to you, block the nigga's number and be like, it ain't a connection there. So we found out that Angie was previously married. She said her husband paid for everything, and that's not what she wants. And I understand that, right? So Eddie, they're talking about what they want. Eddie says that he wants someone caring. Wayne said he's been thinking about this and he's been journaling about it. And I was like, you never answered the question either. What do you want? Now, I don't think that Wayne really wants this process. I don't think he does, but you know, it is what it is. So then he talked about his brother and his marriage and him having kids. I was like, 1 plus 1, that equals 2. But when it comes to Wayne, you got 1 plus 1, but it's equaling 3. Because you got him, his brother, and his marriage, then him in this process. That's equaling 3. But okay. So after that, Angie had a conversation with him and basically told him, like, hey, if I'm not your connection, then let me know. If I am, pursue me. But again, like I said, you can pursue him too. But it is what it is, you guys. So we're going to pause here and we're going to go ahead and wrap up here. All right, you guys. So we got one more date to talk about. It was a cool date, but I was kind of bored at the same time, right? So we have Tay, we have Rocky, we have Rose, Khalil, Cam, and Fritz, right? They're doing pottery. I would love to do a pottery day because that actually looks really fun. So we see it's Tay and Khalil talk to each other, right? They kind of hit it off with each other. They talked about conflict. And I like the fact that not Rose, but Tay was talking. I realized her name is, because I was looking at her necklace, I think her name is Takesha. I think that's her name. Because I was looking at her necklace and I saw T-A and Keisha. I was like, oh, so her name is Takesha. So that's where Tay comes from. Cool. I like the fact that she says basically, like, when it comes to conflict, basically, you know, just step to the side, calm down before, you know, you explode on the person. And I was about to say I'm that type of person, but I'm not that type of person. Because I'm not confrontational. And if you come at me with the rah-rah, you don't get it from me. Like, you get no reaction from me. I'm just going to tell you, you know, I'm just going to be chill and calm because I don't raise my voice. I don't argue. That's just not something that I prefer to do. And I don't do it. Like, I don't do it. Like, I don't do it, but I don't do it. That's it. So we see as Rose and Fritz, they were talking, right? No, it wasn't Rose. It was Rocky and Fritz, right? It was Rocky and Fritz. No, yeah, and they talked about, you know, him being a mama's boy, she's a daddy's girl, and he invited her out for his birthday that's coming up in 2 days. Then we see as Cam and Tay talked, and he's talking about how he wants a feminine woman. All that I got from that was he wants a submissive woman. He wants a woman that's gonna be in the kitchen, cooking, cleaning, having babies for him, because that's literally what it sounded like to me. That's what it sounded like to me. If you guys caught that vibe, please let me know. So you guys, yeah. So then we get to the ladies' lounge vault, you guys. Now I will say I like the vault. I like the vault. So we go around and we talk about who the ladies are connected to, right? So we'll go in order of the connections. So Angie says Eddie, Coley says Eddie, Rocky said Fritz, Rose said Fritz, Deanna said Cisco, Kiera said Coolio Mike Epps, Tay said Khalil, Sahara said Hussein, True said Hussein, Shanice said Hussein, and you guys, so Shanice broke down because Shanice was talking about Shanice is talking about the fact that she was once she was homeless and she was broke. And my heart went out to her because, if you guys have been on my channel, then you guys know that in 2020, I got let go from a job that I had for a whole year, right? And from 2020 up until 2021, I was on unemployment and was able to pay my rent. But then you guys know I had to move out of that apartment because they chose not to renew the lease. And then, so I was homeless. I had to move back home with family from June of 2021 up until I got this current job that I'm at. So I got where she was, I felt her, and what she said, I agree with it, right? When you see that you have people in your corner that are supportive of you, it means so much because at that time in my life, that time in my life was dark. I was dealing with my depression ramped up, the ideations of a certain thing that I don't want to say on the channel. I can't say on the channel, but certain ideations popped into my head. It was like so many things. So I really felt for her, right? So who the ladies are at least connected to? Rose said Wayne, Rocky said Wayne, Angie says Wayne, Coley says Wayne, and Sahara says Wayne. True says Daddy Daycare. So True said that she texts Daddy Daycare, hello. He hit her with a thumbs up. Baby, I would have blocked that nigga number. I don't give a damn if it's a Google Docs number. I don't give a damn what kind of number it is, sir. That lady reached out to you, but that lets you know you childish as fuck and you are 42 years old. Go somewhere. Kiara said Cisco. Deanna says Cam. Shanice says Cam. Tay says Cam. And Angie says Cam, right? So we see the eliminate. So Deanna went out on an eliminate with Wayne and Tay went out on the eliminate with Cam. Ultimately, the ladies decided that Cam is not ready. No, they decided Cam is ready to love and Wayne is not ready to love. And I agree. Y'all really could have sent Daddy Daycare home. Please send Daddy Daycare home expeditiously. Daddy Daycare is giving me old boy from last season, the one that played the saxophone, the musician. That is who, was he from last season? No, he wasn't from last season. He was from the first season of Dallas. The one that was Habibi. He is giving me Habibi. He is giving me Habibi. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Turn on your post notifications and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.